You rock, my friends. You Rock podcast is for women like you who want to own your life and live an engaged and joyful life. Hosted by Dr. Aliyah Majid, mom of 3, devoted wife, and a scientist turned life coach on a mission to empower women to take control of their lives. In this podcast, we deliver tools, insights, and inspiration on rocking your own life, owning to your highest potential, and becoming the best version of you. Now, here's your host, Dr. Aliyah Majid.
Assalamualaikum and welcome back again to You Rock Podcast, a podcast for women who wants to go after the life that you want. And I'm your host, Dr. Aliyah Majid. I'm a coach and I help women increase productivity and lead with courage and confidence. And in this episode, I'll be sharing with you how you can overcome fear of failure and start taking actions in your life. Most of the time, you might think that you need to pause on your goals and because you have so many other things that are more important and urgent to you. Maybe you have kids, maybe your husband are working, maybe there are so many challenges in your life that make you think that you have to pause your goals for a while and put your dreams at the least priority. Okay? Sometimes you are afraid of the fear of failure of taking action. You are afraid of what if the things that you are going to do doesn't turn out well, or maybe you want to start a business, but what if you couldn't make it like the one, you couldn't get the income that you wanted like with your previous job. So this fear might be big enough in your life that makes you paralyzed and you cannot move forward and take actions towards the thing that you really want in your life. And you know for the fact that previously I was also in the same place, thinking that I have to have all ducks in a row before starting my business. I thought that I have to know and learn everything first before jumping in, and I thought that I need to have more time, and I thought that I need to have more money in order for me to start. So I was in a cycle of analysis paralysis, and instead of taking any action, I was analyzing every aspect of really taking that action. But the reality is that I might already be just ready to start. But the thing is, it's not that I'm saying that knowledge is not important when you are starting off. It's not like skill is not important when you are doing something that is needing your expertise. But sometimes we are in a phase that we know we have already done so many, we have taken the courses that we need to take and we have brushed up the skills that we have been doing for a few years. But instead of going through with the goal that really matters to us, we start to feel like resistance in our life, mostly because of fear of failure. Okay. And yes, although sometimes this fear of failure is there for you to really help you to analyze a little bit more and to reflect of what is it all about and whether or not the thing that you want to do is right for you. But the thing is, we could not really know whether something is totally right for us without us taking that first step forward. If you didn't take any step forward, you will not know whatever the life that is in front of you that will uncovers. So there are few of my own stories regarding this fear of failure and taking actions. The biggest one was when I quit my job and I just followed my husband when he was pursuing his PhD. When at the time I never thought about I want to pursue my PhD too. I remember that I know I just want to be a housewife. I want to be a housewife. I really, really wanted to be a housewife during that time, because I want to get more time with my kids. And I just jumped in because I know that was the right time for me. And I have kind of with my previous work, I think it is done already, and with the contract was over and so on. So I think it's just a right time for me to just follow with what's the plan that my husband had during that time. But of course, I was also afraid during that time. I have this fear of what ifs. So meaning that what if after this I could not get any job at all? What if I will be not having any other opportunity to grow as a career woman? And if you know me, you know that I am a career woman, because what I meant by career woman is that maybe I am a workaholic, a little bit workaholic, So what this means is that I really enjoy working. I love working. I love work. I cannot live one day without ever thinking about working and serving people and being out there and doing things and, doing good in this world, using the skills, the talents, whatever thing that I can provide to people and in exchange with money. So that is, I think, one of the thing about me. I just cannot stop working, but not in a sense that I push myself too hard until I don't play at all. That's not what I meant by work all day. What I'm saying is that I just enjoy working, So for me, it's just something that I love. Okay, so back to the story that I was trying to tell you guys. So what happened is that I followed my husband, and I was having this, like, sometimes I have a fear of, not having this thing to do, getting up in the morning, other than taking care of the kids, cooking, cleaning the house, and things like that. So yeah, that was the first leap of faith, I can say, in my life that I have taken, that I never regretted, So for like maybe half a year after that, I decided that, yeah, I'm now ready to do something else. So that's when I decided, okay, I think I can do something there too, meaning that when we were in Japan, so I start to look at the university and whether or not there's an opportunity for me to apply as a PhD student for the next year. So I has always have this dream of getting a PhD. So I thought that why not now? Because I'm already there, there. What I mean by that is I'm already in Japan, and I know that one of the places that I want to, if I want to take my PhD, I need to be in Japan with my previous supervisor, because he knows me well enough and he knows my style of working. What I meant by this is that I'm not like other people who might have the luxury of time to devote their time more in their research work. I have kids, and my husband is also pursuing his PhD during that time. So I need somebody, I need a supervisor who really understands my struggles, but know and support me that even with my struggles, with these challenges that I have in my life, that I am trying to build something and I am motivated to do it. So having somebody who really understands you, who can see you as a person who wants to grow and pursue a goal that might seem impossible for you, but you can do it, and that person trusts you to do these things, is really important in your life. So that's what happened to me. I have someone who really trusts me that I can do it. So when it comes to embarking in this new journey during my PhD at that time, of course there's also the feeling of failure, because I think some of you guys also have already known that during that time I kind of have to work and also pay for my own tuition fee in order for me to graduate in time. So I was really afraid too that whether I can or not commit to that big commitment and saving and making sure that I can pay every semester and things like that. But what really motivates me is that, of course, thinking about the bigger why am I doing this all along, digging deeper into what's my motivation to even start this journey, to even face this process and practice things that I need to practice and develop the skills and disciplines in order to get to the other side, meaning to graduate on time. So what I'm sharing today is that fear is not, you cannot just have it gone. It's always there in front of you, but you have to acknowledge that this happens, meaning that you have this fear, but learning how to go through it, okay? And know that everything that happens is there for you to learn and grow, is there for you. Really reflect on what is it that you can learn from here? How can you grow from this journey? If you start to look at your life with a growth mindset, you'll start to cherish these obstacles as a chance for you to step up, to level up your game. What didn't work, you can take it out, change to what might be working. You don't know what might be working, but you take the feedback from what you've already done and assess where you are going to create an action plan and practice that you can follow. So what this means is that, okay, in my situation, let's go back to my example when I was doing my PhD. I cannot control the outcome. I cannot control whether I will be graduating in time or not, but I can control my action. That's the only thing that we can control, and what are the practice that I can follow. So what it means is that I cannot follow any other people's practice. Maybe they put much more hours in their study until late night or things like that. I just cannot do it because I prioritize my family and also I prioritize my husband's PhD journey. So meaning that maybe if he have to work until later or during the day, I respect his priority because he is the man of the house. And for me, I think it's enough for me to have just a specific amount of time each day that I focus for my PhD study. And when I have this mentality that I know that, okay, this is my boundary, I work until maybe 5 p.m. and after that I cannot commit to things that is not just out of my scope of where I can pursue my goals. So when you really design your life, you create this boundary. What are the kind of practice that you can follow? This is really important in building you for the long term. Okay, to be sustainable in the game that you are playing. It's not about competing and winning and competing with each others. It's about you and whether you are growing better than wherever you are in the previous year, in the previous month, and yesterday and things like that. So finding the practice and making the progress, really sticking to it and being consistent, that is that will get you there, and what will really overcome whatever kind of fear that you are having. By increasing the number of your trials, you have a higher probability to success. So higher percentage of getting the result that you want. Okay? Again and again, what this means is that the key to success is consistency. What can you put up yourself with every day to get to the place, goal or dreams that you want? Okay, once you start to create and follow through with your goals, you will start to feel empowered with your actions. Okay, and then after a while, you'll start to see this fear that you are having when you are starting. It feels like it fits in the background, If you focus on the fear, it will get bigger. It will enlarge, okay? Don't focus on that. Focus on what you can do instead. So when you start to feel empowered, you will have this autonomy. You will create competence in your life, and you have a better relationship with the people around you. These are the 3 primary human needs, remember? So once you take that step forward and understand that your life is a product of your own choice, you'll start to have autonomy of your life. You'll start to shift your mind from a victim mentality to empowered, okay? And also, when you are taking this action, you will also create competency that will build your self-confidence, because you are focusing on the skills and practice that will get you to your goals. And of course, when you are clear with all of your goals, taking the actions and feeling empowered, you can even have a better relationship that will support you with your goals. So my 3 tips for you if you really have fear of failures and what ifs in your lives. First is think about what is the worst case scenario. So like, okay, starting a new business right now, what is the worst case scenario? Whether you might be able to do it or not, or whether people will, buy the product from you or not, and things like that. And think about what's the worst case scenario that could happen. Break it down into the worst of the worst case scenario. So when you start to think about that, whether or not, okay, so that's just, okay, that's just a level of the worst case scenario that you can face. It's not the end of the world. You might feel like, okay, that's it. You can do this, right? So number 2 is knowing that fear will never go away and you have to learn to deal with it. Okay. So as I mentioned just now, with whatever life changes that happen in my life, the risks that I've taken, the fear is there. Okay. You have to acknowledge that the fear is there. What you have to do is learn to deal with it. And number 3, just do something. Just take action that moves you to your goal. Okay. Focus on what kind of small action, small steps that you can take so that you can progress your goal. You do not need to take a big leap, a big, huge step from day one. What you need to do is just think about what's the next action that you can take right now. Okay, I hope this helps for you if you are having fear of taking any actions, fear of failure, and thinking about what if bad thing happen and things like that. Shift your perspective and start to think about how you can be more empowered in your actions daily. Okay, so remember guys, if you are ready, if you want to talk with me, you can book a call with me. The link is down below, 30 minutes discovery call with me. So I can help you to overcome the fear that you have right now and create an action plan and strategy and really focus on what kind of process that you can prioritize right now, that you can be motivated to show up right now so that you can progress in whatever goal that you want to pursue this year. So with that being said, I see you next week. That's all for today. Remember to start your day with an intention, love what you do, and end your day with gratitude. I'll see you next week. Assalamualaikum.
Are you struggling to find time for yourself or for things that matters to you? Or if you even ever find some time, you found that you can't simply slow down and stop thinking about work. If you are one of those women, you'll benefit from the Success Accelerator program, my 12 weeks one-on-one success and productivity coaching program that helps you to do less and get more work done so that you can spend more time doing things you love. Book a free call with me at draliamajid.com/coaching, or you can do a self-assessment using my free life audit workbook at draliamajid.com/life audit. Or you can even join my Facebook group from the link below. Again, thanks so much for tuning in. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.